Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League showcasing another very powerful team featuring Gligar. Gligar on a slightly modified version of a classic double fighter line. Classically, it's led with Licky Tongue, but we are rolling with Gligar on the lead. And starting with Sirfetch'd as our first fighter on the safe swap. Very powerful Pokemon, very versatile on the safe swap, able to apply intense pressure to your opponent's shields or flip switch outright. And rounding out the team in the back, none other than good old Medicham. Medicham performs beautifully anywhere you place it on the team, as well as a potential closer in the Great League. And I want to give a big shout out to one of my longtime viewers on the channel and very prominent member of my Discord, Swampert Hater. Has been killing it with this team. He's been running the classic version with Licky. We're rolling Gligar, and I'll explain why. But speaking of Licky, we had a Licky lead. And when you run classic ABV guys on all neutral or losing leads, you instantly pivot. And we draw out a Superior. So not necessarily a super hard counter to Medi, but we're going to fake a Brave Bird and see if we can even up those shields. We do. And we're not going to try our luck again with that. We will now just go straight Night Slash from here on out. A Night Slash boost would be really nice. We don't get it there. That's okay. But we do get a shield. I will take that. I will take that 1,000%. That's what Sirfetch'd is on this team to do. Get a shield advantage or just flip switch. Sirfetch'd did the job. We're now going to come back in with our Gligar and go to work on this Superior. They will make it to a Frenzy, and we will let that go. Hits us for neutral, and we tank that quite well. Gligar has very nice bulk in the Great League, and they will not make it to another move. We now have loaded energy. Going to hit this Licky Tongue with a Dig here. And then we will pivot into Medicham and unleash on the remainder of this team here. They've got a Lantern lurking in the back, so that is A-okay with us. We are up a shield. Medi beats just about the entire Great League with a shield advantage. So gonna go for this Psychic here. Does some decent damage, and we can tank whatever they throw, but I'm just going to let this go. I'm thinking they have to bait us with a shield remaining, and we call the bait successfully. And here we will shield this one and look to get rid of this Lantern here, but we do want to have some residual energy for that Licky, although our Gligar is still pretty healthy. Now we're actually just going to farm down because we can get that farm down there. And hit this Licky with a Psychic, and this is just about over, my friends. This is just about all she wrote here. Gonna go for this Ice Punch here. Licky is about as tanky as it gets, so it doesn't quite KO, but guys, one counter should do the trick, and just like that, Medi has closed the game, doing its job to perfection on this team. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, guys, Swampert Hater has been raving about this team, and I was thinking, am I missing something here? So I thought, why not give it a shot? And here we go. DD lead. Obviously, we have to stay in here, but the good news is that our backline is generally very good into their backline with a DD lead here. So we're going to play this out, go for a Dig. They usually like to Psycho Boost and dip. Sometimes they'll overload a little bit, go past that Psycho Boost, but if they do, you need to be really quick on the swap. You instantly go into Sirfetch'd if they do that. Not likely they stay in after throwing a Psycho Boost. So we were slightly slow there, but as we started getting the groove and getting back into it with this team, we were a lot faster as the battles did progress on. I've run this team quite a bit in the past with Licky, but yeah, we are going Gligar here. And this is a good matchup for Sirfetch'd. We win this in the 1s and 0s. I don't believe we win the 2s. We do tank a Body Slam here. So we're going to let this go. We're not going to go completely down on shields. We do survive that, and they instantly pivot back in. Or no. Oh, I didn't even see the Licky go down. Holy smokes. Sirfetch'd's so strong. The Licky was gone, so they're back in with the DD. They counter us down. We let the Psycho Boost go, and there we go. That's all she wrote. They had an A-slash in the bag. Medi was gonna feast on that A-slash and close the game out. So, yeah, they do top left. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, guys, the beauty of this team is anyone running a steel type, they have nowhere to go. Steel types have nowhere to go with this team. That's why we're running Gligar. But we had a neutral lead there, fairly neutral. If it's fairly neutral or in the ballpark, you're instantly pivoting. So we are here. We draw out the Medi. That's to be expected with a Dragonair lead. And you can bet the house that there is some sort of steel type in the back. Usually a Basti, could be a Reggie as well. There could also be a Carbank, and either one of those, Medi and Gligar feast upon. So we get a shield. That's what Sirfetch'd is on the team to do. It hits so hard, guys. That's why Sirfetch'd is so good as a safe swap on a double fighter line. You can get shields for your team. And we were fine tanking an Ice Punch, but this Medi's running Pup, so that's even better for us. We now know to shield this. Not taking a boosted Psychic, not going to happen, and we just farm this thing all the way down. Shields are now even, but we have loaded energy, guys. If they want to bring that Dragonair back in, by all means. But no, they've got a Basti lurking. And they throw it in onto our loaded Gligar, likely to just soak the damage. They know the damage is coming, might as well soak it on your tank, but it's double super effective damage coming from a Gligar here. And they shield that one, so now, yeah. After tanking both of our moves, they pivot back into the Dragonair with no shields. We shield this and we outpace because we got 2 counters in. It takes 6 of your counters for them to get to one of their moves, and they just will not outpace here. So all we do is we shield that. We say bye-bye to the Dragonair, and this is all she wrote, guys. This is over. Basti is completely helpless up against Medicham, as many of us all may know. Very satisfying. Yeah, good game, well played to them. Double fighters still putting in work to this day. Shouts to Wallower as well. He has since retired, but he is the original creator with the original Licky version. But we're rolling Gligar for reasons like this right here, guys. Holy smokes, Victorybell. And they safe swap the Basti, making a brilliant catch. Holy smokes, what a catch. We overfarmed and they still caught, but we had an answer to this thing. If they bring it, Basti's not a safe swap. You don't want to be doing that, but to be honest, they were core broken. Gligar beats this entire team, guys, no matter how they align it. So this one is leading Victorybell. You can take a wild guess what's remaining in the back. My guess is Medi. And this is fine. We didn't throw with the best timing there, but we didn't want to leave that matchup healthy. So we let them hit us with that flamethrower, and we are at the perfect range. We leave with energy to threaten this very annoying Shadow Vic here, grabbing a shield, and they only get 2 Razor Leaps. So that is brilliant. That could not have worked out better. We will have to shield this, though, because I am thoroughly reading Medi in the back at this point. So we're going to shield this Leaf Blade and leave this matchup with just enough health to where the Medi can't quite farm down before we can go back-to-back Aerial Ace. We're not quite there, but we will get there. Going for Aerial Ace number 1. They can tank one, and they do. They can also tank another one, but they don't know what we have in the back, and they should probably shield not knowing what we have, and they do. And now it's Medi time. Medi up a shield beats this Medi at a health advantage and a shield advantage. They top left. That's why we're running Gligar, guys. Licky struggles with this team that we just faced. Gligar fixes that problem in a very effective way. So good game, well played to them. Yeah, I think putting Gligar in the place of Licky on the lead was definitely the way to go, guys, for reasons like this here. Licky does not like the community today, Frenzy Plant users, but they safe swap into a Steelix. We meet this with our Sirfetch'd. So they led Venu, safe swapped a Steel type. I'm thinking at this point there's a second Steel type in the back, and if that's the case, we are in cruise control here, guys. Now, a Steelix safe swap, we met this with Sirfetch'd. This was pretty early on. This was actually the very first set. So I do think that if you want to run this team and you encounter this, you'll want to meet it with Medi. Medi can absorb the damage a lot better than Sirfetch'd, and you're not forced to give up early shields as much with Medi. And we're just going to fake a Brave Bird. I had a feeling they were going to farm us down. Anyways, might as well get that shield back in the process, and we do. They have to fear the Brave Bird, so that worked out. But this Venu is absolutely loaded here. Not out of the woods just yet. We do tank one. It's not a Shadow. Even if it was a shadow, we would tank it, but we do outpace to these aerial aces here. Now they're throwing their second. The Venusaur Frenzy Plant Cycle is 6, 6, and 5. So I'm a little concerned. They're going to win CMP tie to the third one. So, but they give us an out. They save swap the Reggie. It was Venu Double Steal, and that worked out for us. I think we still would have been fine even if our Gligar did go down, because they would have won CMP tie to that third one. But this just further cements this matchup here. Even with no shields, we don't do quite well in the zeros here, but I'm okay with that because I know that they will win CMP tie to that third Frenzy. So I actually don't want to win this, guys. I don't want to win this. I want to get energy on Gligar, but I do want this low enough to where we can perhaps resisted wing attack down this Reggie here. And they are forced to throw. Switch clock is not quite up yet for either one of us, so this is brilliant. It's up now, but because they had the swap, we're ahead by a turn, which means that we get our move off first. Oh, they made that a lot closer. Shouts to them, but we're saying bye-bye to the Venusaur, and the Reggie is toast. My goodness. Hats off to them. They made that very close with a severe disadvantage with their team, but that's the power of Venusaur with Frenzy Play. Good game, well played to them. Guys, a lot of people are running Steel now to handle Licky. Licky's all over the place. There's no better time to run this team than right now. Speaking of Steel, had an A/slash lead. We pivot into Sirfetch'd, and they meet us with a Charge-a-Bug. So we are well ahead on energy. That's the beauty of Sirfetch'd as well. You instantly pivot, and before they know it, you're already ahead by 2 or 3 counters, and that type of energy lead is quite lethal with Sirfetch'd, which is why it works so perfectly. But we're going to let this go. They did not fall for our Brave Bird bait, and that's okay. We got it within a reasonable farm down range for Gligar. We hardwall this moveset here, the conventional moveset. They can run Crunch, but they generally don't. If they're running the conventional moveset, we can farm this thing all the way down to Funky Town. That's what we're looking to do here. They're just going straight resisted X-Scissor. That's okay. We're farming down. We're absolutely loaded. That was the goal. We can now unleash this double super effective energy, or super effective, I should say, onto this A/slash. Grabbing a shield here, they can tank one, but they generally don't like doing that as it gets them extremely low. And we've got another one here, and we grab both shields. It is Medi time. And they've got a Gligar of their own in the back, so at the time that was very interesting because you should have arguably bring that onto Sirfetch'd. It's going to have a much easier time, but you don't often see Sirfetch'd, and it's a bit tricky to react that fast, not knowing what to do or how to handle it. So they're not going to get too much flack from me. That's okay. We're just going to shield up everything here. This is over. We need 2 Ice Punches to KO this thing. We don't really need residual energy. We just need the fast move pressure for that A/slash. It does have some residual energy of its own. We say bye-bye to the Gligar, and now it's just a fast move race here. They will get off a move. We survive from this health range and should be able to counter this thing down. I wasn't sure because of the Shadow Claws, but we do get it. In the end, Gligar is remaining in the back, which means that we win. So good game. Well played to them. Oh, I'm telling you guys, with Sirfetch'd on this team, it's such a fast-paced team. If you like that sort of play style, this might be for you. But here we go. Diggersby lead. This is fine for everything on this team, but we do want to draw out a potential hard counter to Medi. And they're staying in a little bit here, so that's very interesting. They do shield our Leaf Blade as well, so we're going to return the shield here and try and put more pressure on them. But no, they go for an attack drop, it looks like, with the Scorching Sands and make it play into Amanda Buzz. We're throwing the wrong move here. You want to be throwing Leaf Blade on Flyers. It's a much better move than Night Slash is. Although you can get that 12.5% chance to boost with Night Slash, but you'll still want to be going Leaf Blade. We tank an Aerial Ace, and we will go for the Leaf Blade here. It's all resisted, but every bit of damage counts on a Pokemon as tanky as Mandibuzz as we do go down. And now we're back in with Gligar here. So they are loaded. That's okay. We tank this damage. We absorb it quite well. As I said, Gligar has very, very nice bulk for the Great League. They're going to go for another move here. We're just going to absorb it all. We're not giving them a shield advantage, but they pivot into Diggersby, and little did they know, I don't think they knew, obviously, that we had another fighter lurking in the back, and now we are in a good spot here. I'm going to let all this go and look to just load up. We want to have energy because that Mandibuzz is still relatively healthy, and now we will throw the Ice Punch here. I don't expect a shield out of them here, but they do let that go. And now they're back in with the Mandibuzz here. That's why we overloaded. We wanted to be able to KO this Mandibuzz with an Ice Punch here. Going for it now. And they shield. So I was concerned that there was another flyer in the back, but apparently not. They're protecting this low health Mandibuzz. We're going to protect ourselves here and look to counter down the Mandibuzz. And now, no, it wasn't double flyers. It was ABA normal. Very interesting line. Very interesting. Medi lead is really bad for this team, but we're in a really good spot here. There's just not much this poor Dunsparce can do. They're going to go drill run, and we're just going to hit this Ice Punch here. Poor timing, but this is a situation where timing does not apply. We just hit that Ice Punch, and we counter down. And Medi left standing yet again in the end, closing strong for this powerful ABB double fighter line. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, Gligar in the place of Licky, I think, is definitely the way to go with this team here. And we are looking at a Talonflame. Holy smokes. I have not seen one of these in the Open Great League in quite some time. I haven't seen one in GBL period in quite some time. So this was very interesting to see, although it does have some play. There's a lot of ice and a lot of steel running rampant in the Great League, so very interesting to see here. We're just going to throw with proper timing on this Talonflame here, and I'm going to shield up a potential Brave Bird. They did shield our Aerial Ace. Brave Bird from this range, I do believe, would one-shot, so we do shield that. That's a good shield there. It looks like they're just going full-on kamikaze here. Going to just go straight Brave Bird to get those shields down. And we will respect it. And there's a Lantern in the back, so we're going to pivot into Sirfetch'd and see if we can get that shield back. They do survive a Leaf Blade, but it's not fun for them. It does a lot of damage as Sirfetch'd hits like a truck, and we do even up the shields. There are no shields remaining in the game, and they should just go straight Thunderbolt here to get the clean KO, and that's exactly what they do. So I know that we are close to a dig here, so we are going to bring Gligar back in. Get off this dig. It will just about KO. Doesn't quite KO from this health range, and I know that we will get hit with a Surf. Yeah, they're going to throw the Surf here, but this is fine. This is a beautiful farm down range for Medicham here, and Medi with loaded energy is quite effective in the Great League, as many of us all may know. So they've got a Chestnut. Holy smoke. What a spicy team here. Holy smokes. Talonflame, Chestnut Core. They do cover each other beautifully, I will say, but they tried to catch unsuccessfully. We had the Psychic loaded. It was nighty-night sleep tight for that Chestnut. Good game, well played to them. I had a lot of fun with this team today, particularly with Gligar in the place of Licky. And here we go, Deoxys lead. We've seen this before. We do quite all right here. They have to go Psycho Boost to get any meaningful damage off, and that's precisely what they are doing here. If they do that, instant pivot, guys, because it's going to be something that Sirfetch'd can beat. And in this case, it is an Umbreon, so this is brilliant. Ironically, Sirfetch'd is what you'll want to have on Umbreon with this entire team and has the cleanest matchup. So we're going to go for the Leaf Blade here. They are at a potential last resort, but we tank that. I did think, are they running Psychic? But I was thinking, no, there's no way, but they are running Psychic! Oh my goodness, who runs Psychic, guys? Oh my gosh. They had their day in the sun with that one. Holy smokes, they hit us with a Psychic. I was even more surprised that we survived that long enough to pressure a shield, but my goodness, if we had just shielded that, we would be in a much better spot because we could control alignment, but instead we have a shield advantage here, so and a loaded Umbreon, so we're gonna have to throw. We can't get too greedy here. Oh, that was very irritating. Of course, I would get the one Psychic Umbreon running around the Great League. Holy smokes, that was so annoying. And they've got a Steelix. So yeah, it would have been so much better for us if we didn't have to eat that Psychic. So we're trying to make do here. We don't have alignment. We do have the shield. I know Medicham shield can do okay against Deoxys. It's still not a fun time. So we have to shield everything here from the DD and look to do what we can here. We do have a move banked on our Gligar. So we're just going to keep going for these ice punches and try and stay as healthy as possible for that Steelix. They're now within ice punch range here. We have to shield this. Switch Clock is just about coming up, so we do have to shield this. Yeah, just going to try and do our best here. I was thinking at this moment, maybe we could farm down, but they pivot, bank a move back into their Steelix here. We have loaded energy, still relatively healthy. They are still up a shield. We just have to throw with proper timing and not allow them to sneak through any fast moves here. What I really would like to do is get that final shield, but the ice punches just aren't doing enough damage here. That's the problem. They are going to hit us with a crunch. That is very interesting. So very spicy movesets on our opponent's team here. We're going to throw this ice punch and see if we can get that shield down. They know we have a move. That's the problem. So we get it low enough to snipe, but it's just not enough. It is just not enough. We don't have the back-to-back, and they have a move. So, yeah, Psychic Umbreon got us. Holy smokes. And I really hate that this makes it into the video because people who are into Psychic Umbreon, it just further emboldens them to grandstand about Psychic Umbreon. It's not good, guys. That was a fluke that they had Psychic. Of course, I would get the one Psychic Umbreon. That is just my luck in GBL. But, yeah, that is the team. Good game. Well played to them. Take nothing away from them. They definitely earned that one. They played that very well. Good game to them. That's the team, guys. Like I said, Swampert Hater, longtime viewer of the channel and very prominent member of my Discord, has been raving about double fighters. He's been running it with the classic variation with Licky on the lead. Has been doing very well over the past few days with the team, and I just kept seeing it, and I kept seeing him rave about it. I didn't really see the appeal in the current meta. I'm thinking, am I missing something here? But I knew that it would struggle up against the Basti teams with Vic and Medi, so I decided to take Licky out and put Gligar in to completely shut down any potential of that team having success against ours, and it definitely worked. So, guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.